I'm starting in a brand new area where no one knows my name. This is the place to start. Now here's a tip for you. Lowest price, and I'm gonna pick page 20 to 21. There's a phone number, but it doesn't work.
Are you an investor?
I am. The reality is you can do deals on Rightmove all the time. This is the Bronx. Don't worry, we're locked in. If it comes to it, I will drive on. If you can walk down the street and feel insecure, then you shouldn't be investing in the area. We are actually on Fred West Road. We are on Cromwell Street. That is the property that we looked at on Rightmove earlier. Hi everyone, I'm Katie Wilson and I'm a professional property investor and deal packager, and I've been in the property game now for coming up for 7 years. So I have set myself a challenge of starting in a brand new area where no one knows my name, investing in property and trying to find incredible property deals. So many people tell me it can't be done in my area. Well, I'm here to prove to you and myself that it can be done anywhere in the UK. In this series of videos, I'm going to be showing you everything, how you can go from zero standing start to investing in amazing property deals in a brand new area. Before we get into this and we go into my office, be sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. So we are here in my house in Cheltenham, and where we're going to be focusing is Gloucester over there. So let's take a look at how we find our area, where to specifically invest and how much we should be investing in this area that we're in right now. This is the place to start, Rightmove. Rightmove is a fantastic tool we all have access to on the internet. Gloucester on its own is too small a geographical location. So we're gonna go with Gloucestershire if I can get it out. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna work out the area from this search and how much we should be spending maximum. Let's click for sale and see what comes up. I'm not gonna over filter this because I want to see everything that comes up. So basically, we've got 5,389 properties. That's quite a lot of properties. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with lowest first. I'm going to discount plots of land. We're not looking for commercial. We're not looking for plots. We're not looking for new builds. Not looking for auction either. We're looking for a simple, established property that would work well as a buy-to-let. So let's make this easier for us. We don't know how much we're going to be spending on the property or how much we should be spending on the property at this point. Your typical buy-to-let perfect property would be a 2 to 3 bed property. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter it from a 2 to a 3 bed property. We're just going to simply be looking for semi-detached and terraced. Now that's the only filters I'm going to put on there other than don't show, because I don't want to be buying new homes, retirement homes, or anything with a buying scheme. These are help to buy schemes. Now, the first property I always discount because that's a featured property. This is a paid for ad, so it doesn't sit in line with all the others. The first property that I find here is guide price. Now this is an auction. I'm not interested in auction. Chances are it's going to go for more than what it's on for. That's why it's called guide price. So I'm looking for a simple 2 to 3 bed property. They're starting at £120,000 as you can see here. So 120 is our entry point. Let's go back up to the top and then do it the opposite way round and look for highest price first. So looking at highest price first, we're looking quite high, like guide price 2.5 million. We don't need to be that high. Now here's a tip for you. Lowest price, and then I go back to the bottom and I'm going to pick page 20 to 21, which is sat right in the middle of 42 pages. Now, as you can see here, the properties are about 270 grand. I have got 21 pages of properties between entry point up to 270 grand. So what I am saying is we shouldn't be spending any more than £270,000 for a buy-to-let in Gloucestershire. What we want to be doing is get a property discounted. These properties that are worth 270 grand, we can be buying those, but we don't want to be paying 270 grand. We want to be paying about 20% below that value. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start scanning through Rightmove to see what we can find. So I'm scrolling down. I can see that there is a 2-bed apartment in the Docks in Gloucester, also followed by a 1-bedroom apartment in the same block. Now, both of them are on with the same agent. Now, I've saved these 2 properties because I believe that these will be the same owner. I could be wrong, it's just an inkling that I've got in my head. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna contact Purple Bricks and see if it's the same owner, because potentially there's something we can do there to help him with his capital gains tax. The best deals you'll ever get will be direct to vendor. So that's what I'm trying to do here through Purple Bricks. Now, full admission, I don't know if they're going to put me in touch with the vendor. A lot of estate agents don't do that, which is why this is one of many different channels that I use to find leads for deals.
This call may be recorded for training and monitoring purposes.
Thanks for calling Purple Bricks. Property viewings can't be booked over the phone, but you can book online at purplebricks.co.uk.
Yeah.
And I think that what they're saying is there's a phone number, but it doesn't work. Oh, hang on, someone's ringing me. Can I just answer this?
Yeah.
Hello, Katie speaking. Purple Bricks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Carlo from Purple Bricks.
I've just got an inquiry at the moment. This is in the docks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've noticed you've got a 2-bed and you've got a 1-bed, and I'm assuming that they're in the same block pretty much.
Yeah, they are, and owned by the same person.
Owned by the same person. Interesting. Okay, yeah,
Come
so
tomorrow, 10 o'clock and 10:30 I'm there, obviously.
Hang on.
In one and then the other.
can I just ask you a couple of questions about the property?
Yes.
So I think I can actually do tomorrow morning now I'm looking. They've been on since August. Why have they been on so long?
It just stopped marketing them.
So they've sort of been sat there dormant but on the market.
Yeah, the owner's got a huge portfolio in Tewkesbury.
So this guy's got a portfolio. Is he selling more? I just would be curious. I don't know how you feel about putting me in contact with him. Obviously not to cut you guys out, but just to talk about maybe if there's something we can do with more than just 2, because I've got the buying power to buy, within reason, quite a lot.
So you would invest?
I am.
You're the perfect person.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. Why don't you speak to him and just say, I'd be interested in talking to him about his portfolio, and then we arrange a viewing for tomorrow morning and I come and meet you.
Well, can you come and have a look tomorrow morning at these 2?
Yes, I can, yeah.
Well, I'll just get him to call you. How's that?
That's perfect. If you don't mind, that's brilliant.
He owns out of Tewkesbury, so you should be in company then.
Fantastic. Sounds good to me. Thanks so
All right,
much.
Katie.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go. So I've just rang up about 2 properties which we deemed potentially owned by one person. Correct. And in addition to that, this guy has got, apparently he owns half of Tewkesbury, which I'm assuming is a substantial portfolio of probably about 100 plus properties. So he's going to connect me direct to the landlord today so that I can talk to him about acquiring his entire portfolio. You've got 100 properties, just making an assumption here. Let's even say it's 50. Let's say it's 30. And imagine if we made $5,000 on each one. That's still more than the average annual income in one deal, from one phone call from the second property we found on Rightmove. You heard the conversation. What more do you need? What's this here? So it went on the market on the 1st of February 2022. So this has been on the market a year. The first question is, what is it worth? So I'll do a quick check to see what the comparable properties are in the area. Less than 6 months ago, a comparable property sold for 120. This one's on for 125, so we're really, really close. To have $5,000 difference is the absolute perfect sweet spot. Let's call the agent and see what they've got to say because it's been on the market for so long. Is it a problem with the owner or is it a problem with the property?
Charlie at Leaders, how can I help?
Hi Charlie, my name's Katie, how are you today?
Not too bad, Katie, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, hon. So I'm just calling about a property which you've got advertised on Rightmove. Do you know why it's been on so long?
There was a buyer that sale then fell through. Let me see if I can find out why.
If you don't know, I've just got some thoughts on it and I just wanted to run by. Looking at it, I'm more at the $100,000 mark, maybe just a little bit over. And I'm just wondering if based on that, it's worth me arranging a viewing.
The offer that was accepted originally, and obviously ended up withdrawing, unfortunately, that was below the asking price. I can't give out exactly what it was, unfortunately. It was above the 100 mark, though. What I could always do if you'd like, because you need to confirm viewing with the local branch anyway, is I could get them to give you a ring, and then maybe discussing with them first before booking a viewing maybe might be the best way to go.
Brilliant, that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem at all. I hope you have a lovely day.
All right, hon, thank you. You too. So that is a fantastic lead. I'm going to float the number of 100,000 past the agent and say, is it worth me arranging a viewing? Because if they say yes, and then I offer 100, they know exactly where I'm at. So they know that I know what I'm doing, and it's quite likely that this is going to come off. So that's 2 calls, 2 very hot leads. So currently we are just leaving my house and we are going to Gloucester, where we are going to now explore what we've seen on Rightmove. You can decide on an area very easily, but when you walk it yourself, you'll realise if it's rough or not. What we really want is to be finding something in a nice area, not too nice, just outside of what we would call the Bronx. We don't want it to be too rough, because what will end up happening is you'll end up with a bad demographic of tenants, the copper pipes being ripped out of your house, boilers gone off the wall. We don't want that. What we're going to do is we're going to look for that nice sweet spot area between the Bronx and what we would call Manhattan. I'm definitely confident that we will do a deal in the area based on the calls we've done today. We've already done the research, we're just basically waiting on the call back. People say, oh, there's nothing on Rightmove, there's nothing on the market, no deals to be had. The reality is you can do deals on Rightmove all the time. So if you want to start in property from a standing start right now, then you need to download our free report. It's free and the link is in the description below. This is all ex-council stock. Great properties. So you might look at it and think, oh, it's a bit rough. It's not rough. It's not actually a low demographic of people that live in these, and they are reasonably priced. So you're looking at the 200 to 250 mark. To get that in Cheltenham is exceptional. There's a lot more of this stock in Gloucester, which is where we're going now. This is the Bronx. Would I want to invest here? Not really. Literally on the other side of that dual carriageway, it's lovely. This side, a little bit rough. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people all standing on the street in the middle of the day when they should be at work. God knows what they're doing, and they're all looking at us a little bit dodge. Oh no, wait, there's 4, 5, there's some more people standing outside as well. Don't worry, we're locked in. And if it comes to it, I will drive on. Trolleys outside the pub. Not a good sign. Looks like we've got a drug deal going on. We have rubbish left out in the street. Metal iron railings outside people's doors as extra protection. That tells me enough. If you can walk down the street and feel insecure, then you shouldn't be investing in the area. That's a perfect example of the Bronx. I think if I go to the right, we get some councillor stock. So let's go that way. This is less than half a mile down the road from where we just were, and it's much better look. Doesn't feel as rough. Now, Harry, you're filming this. Would you say you feel better here than you did where you just were? Yeah, you get a natural feel, which you can't do on a map. You've got to do this yourself. No matter how much you want to leverage, you need to be able to do this yourself. These are local authority houses, and these houses are built exceptionally well. Built with much more budget from the councils. They've got much more front to them, so front gardens, some of them have got driveways. These will appreciate in value much quicker than the ones we were just looking at. Victorian Terrace, these ones here, still great houses, don't get me wrong. Much smaller in footprint, don't appreciate as well, struggle from damp. A lot of them will need new roofs. These roofs are still going strong. Look, these are original roofs. So you know Fred West, the guy that killed all them women and buried them in the walls? Cromwell Street.
The name is very familiar, I'm not too sure though.
Well, he was just down here. Cromwell Street's the next road from Belgrave. So the question is, Harry, do you want to stop and get out here or not?
I do, yeah.
I think it's really important, Harry, that when we're walking around an area, you feel safe. You can do everything from your laptop, and I'm a big ambassador for doing stuff at home and working smarter, not harder. However, if you don't feel safe walking down the street, you shouldn't be packaging here, because what will happen is we'll package a deal to an investor, something bad will happen, the investor will get a bad taste in the mouth, and then what will happen is the investor will come back to the deal packager and say, you've sold me a lemon, which is not what we want to do. So this entire street that you see behind me is owned by just one property investor. If you want to see his journey on how he did that, you can see it here. These are also great houses, they're really big, but the thing to be conscious of is that a lot of these will be listed, which means that you can have some challenges with materials. There's lots of restrictions, which, to be honest, I don't really touch. Would I package them? Yes, but full admission, I don't know the ins and outs of the restrictions of a listed building. We are actually on Fred West Road. We are on Cromwell Street. 25 Cromwell Street will forever be linked to the horrific crimes of Fred West and Rose West. Let's go and find it, Harry, come on. Oh. It's there, it's been knocked down, look.
They demolished the house?
Yeah, because everyone was buried in there, weren't they? Oh, bless them.
Wow.
Do you want to do mine when you're done? I don't know this area at all. I've got no idea where we're walking, but what I do know is that from a value point of view, this is the sweet spot and it's safe. So where do we go from here? So what we do is two things. The first is we go back to Rightmove and have a look at this specific area on the map, see what's for sale, see if there's anything. We could go into the estate agents and ask if there's anything coming up, or to build the relationships for anything that might come up in these areas. And we can do direct to vendor marketing. but that's for another time. Are we going to get a chance to view properties today? Probably not, because we only started this morning. But what I do want is for an agent to call me and say, yep, I'm happy with where you say you're at from a offer point of view. And basically from there on, they then arrange a viewing. We know that when we go on the viewing, that the offer we make should be accepted because we've pre-checked it before we've gone. And that offer is at least 20% below market value. So what I'm hoping for is this week, because we started this morning, to have a deal at 20% below market value. So deal packaging, what is it? How does it work? In a nutshell, we're trying to find valuable deals to sell on to investors. Now we have the choice and the privilege as deal packagers whether we want to keep them, or if we get enough discount, whether we want to do something creative with them. And that is where the big money is. I'm like Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment. There it is. That is the property that we looked at on Rightmove earlier. In fact, I'll show you what we have is a 2-bed and a 1-bed in the same block. The landlord owns both of these properties and all of these properties in Tewkesbury. So I can potentially talk to him about doing a deal with him. There's so many different creative things I can do. The opportunity is massive. But here's the best bit. At 9:30 in the morning tomorrow, I've got a viewing booked on 2 apartments in this block. The open house starts at 10, which means that the valuer wants to meet me to talk to me on a one-to-one basis so we can talk business before anyone else turns up. That tells me from someone I've never spoken to before that there's a potential deal to be done. Very exciting stuff. So how much money would I make from this? If I package just these 2, I'd probably make 10 grand, maybe 15 by just packaging them for simplistic fees. But if I got them at enough discount, I could do 2 other things. I could maybe keep them for myself, or I could package them on in a creative way and make enough profit from how much discount I've got. So whatever discount I negotiate, I could then take them to the open market and sell them for open market value and pocket all of that money. So we've started today from 10 o'clock this morning in a brand new place, knowing nothing about the area. We've done some pre-qualified viewings from properties that we've found on Rightmove. So we've worked out what we could pay and gone in and said, basically, this is the maximum we could pay. Is it worth us arranging a viewing? And if they've said yes, then we've arranged a viewing. We've then gone and walked the streets to get a feel, identifying our area that we are going to invest in. That sweet spot area between the Bronx, sweet spot, and too expensive, nice. Out of all the calls that we've done today, the reality is we've had some no's. And what I'm going to tell you is that you are going to get no's. You're going to get your offers rejected. The ratio you can expect is 1 in 20. So you target 20 vendors that need to sell their house and make them offers. One of them's going to convert into a deal. If you accept that you're going to get 19 no's, that 1 yes is what's going to make you substantial money. So you can either package that on, choose to keep it for yourself, or do something creative with it to make massive, massive cash flow. If you want to get into a property from a standing start, or maybe you're already in property and you want to make more profits, then you need to download our free report. It's completely free and it's my gift to you. The link for the report is in the description below. So go to the link to download it today. So this is just part 1 of a whole series of how to get started in property in a brand new area where we are going to be finding incredible property deals. I've established a fantastic, great start to a relationship with a valuer for a massive estate agency in the area. And that's just day 1. I've got 2 viewings lined up for tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what happens on those viewings in the next video. And that's exactly why you cannot miss a video. So you need to make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I've been Katie Wilson. I'll see you in the next video.